Alright guys, I got another one for you. I decided I'm going to go ahead and bang out a couple of these before my girlfriend gets home. Because we have to go to the store. And yeah, I'm just going to release them over time. So, up next today, review for Intruder Director's Cut on a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I've talked about this movie before. It is one of my favorite slasher movies. It's just, you know, it's not that inventive or anything, besides the setting being in a supermarket at night, sort of the night stock. Actually, I learned in the features of this that it was originally titled Night Crew, which honestly I kind of like better. It makes a bit more sense. The only thing about the Night Crew thing is they have a lot of stock people there, but they also have like some cashiers there, like cleaning their register or their checkout lanes. It's kind of like, what do they need to be there all night for? Like, get night stock, you know, that's the thing. I mean, they have that at stores. There's people that come in and stock the shelves at night because it's the best time to do it. There's no customers around. But the cashiers being there, I don't know. Anyway, it's not that inventive as a slasher film. The setting is different. It's like I said, it's, you know, supermarket at night, and people start getting hacked up. I think it's a pretty fun entry into the slasher genre. Not to mention, you have, you know, this came out of sort of the Evil Dead crew. Scott Spiegel directed it. Sam Raimi and Ted Raimi are both in it. You know, I don't know that Ted actually has any lines. He's the guy that he's got his headphones on the whole time and listening to the same song all night long. And let's see, Bruce Campbell's in it for a smidgen of a second at the very end as a cop. Lawrence Bender, the producer, who later went on to produce a lot of Tarantino films, is also in it as a cop at the very end. Interesting enough fact, I didn't realize this, but Scott Spiegel knew Tarantino at the time, and that's how Lawrence Bender met Tarantino, and that's how K&B got hooked up meeting Tarantino. So Scott Spiegel sort of kind of helped along, I guess, that whole crew. So that's an interesting little factoid. But yeah, so kids in a supermarket, night crew getting hacked to pieces. Basically, that's what this movie is. Well, somebody's calling, so, and they're just going to have to wait. Extremely gory kills. Extremely gory kills. And they're very, very, very well done. Of course, it's, you know, K&B doing the effects here, and they do a really great job. There's a lot of nasty stuff in here. You know, people getting their heads cut in half with bandsaws, their faces crushed with by balers, box balers. You know, crazy stuff. Really good gory kills. It's just one of those. It screams 80s. You know, when you think of an 80s slasher film, this is what comes into your head. Just the images and the feel of it. This is it. I mean, this is it. This is an 80s slasher film. This is what I think. You know, this is a cover that would have been on a VHS back in the 80s. This is what would have been on the cover. You know, some nasty, gory, and that's why I love this cover, because it actually reminds me of the stuff you would see on these cheap, cheesy 80s slasher films on VHS when you'd go in. This is what you would see. So I think it's really reminiscent of the feeling of the film, and they really captured it with the imagery here. This cover is great. Let me show you the other cover to the DVD. Yeah. Look at that. Piece of crap. Check that. So much better. So much better. She's killing me. Anyway, yeah. Now, this is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, so if you don't have a Blu-ray player, it's all right. You can go ahead and get this, and you'll have your DVD. Picture quality from this to this is miles apart. This was dark and grainy and kind of looked like a VHS tape, to be honest with you. May have been Laserdisc quality. I'll go ahead and say it's probably Laserdisc quality. Because Laserdisc quality is basically VHS, just on a disc, so it might be a teeny bit better, but not much. This is miles apart from that. They did a good job cleaning this up. I wish I could see, let me see if it says anything here on the transfer. 2K digital restoration, the original uncensored director's cut. Synapse has been doing a lot of these 2K restorations, which is a good thing. Now, it is an 80s slasher film. It is an 80s film, but it was shot on 35. So it's, you can only get it so cleaned up. This is not going to look like, whatever, Transformers or whatever the hell. Obviously, it's not going to look that good. None of these movies do. They just can't. It's not possible. But this is as good as the movie's ever going to look. Just like with The Exterminator. That's as good as the movie's ever going to get. Until some new technology comes out and whatever. But it's cleaned up. It's brightened up. The colors are fairly good. There's little to no grain at all. Now, sharpness, of course, is not going to be there, but that's just the way it is. You're shooting on 35. It's not, that wasn't really that's not what 35 is all about. It's not about sharp HD picture. That's not what the medium was made to do. Now we have cameras that do that, so it's not going to be, again, Transformers. But this is as good as this film is going to look right now. And it looks pretty damn good, I must say. They did a really great job. It sounds really good, too. Let's see. Yeah, it's DTS HD master. So there's also an English mono soundtrack on here if you want to do that. But I would suggest going ahead and just letting it play the way it wants to play, which is the DTS HD. It sounds really good. Features are pretty good on here. You've got audio commentary with director Scott Spiegel, producer Lawrence Bender, slashed prices, the making of The Intruder, all new featurette retrospective. You got a lot of the cast members in there. Red Shirt Pictures did this. Most of you probably know of Red Shirt Pictures. They do a lot of feature work for Synapse and Blue Underground and other companies. So you've got, I know Scott Spiegel's on there, Lawrence Bender's on there, a lot of the cast. Bruce Campbell's even on there for a minute, which is surprising. Sam and Ted don't show up. But it's a nice little documentary, featurette. And you have extended murder sequences from the original work print. You have outtakes from the now lost short film Night Crew, which was the precursor to Intruder. It was about a 20-minute, it says a 20-minute short film, basically 20 minutes of what Intruder became. And you have original cast audition footage, behind-the-scenes still gallery, original theatrical trailer, and more. So yes, if you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. And if you plan on picking it up, I would say get this edition, even if you don't have a Blu-ray. I haven't looked at the DVD, but I'm sure it looks good as well. Lots of features on here. Great cover. You can't go wrong with Intruder. I'm telling you right now, you cannot go wrong. pick it up. Look at that cover. If you haven't seen this, for those of you who have seen this, I'm just rambling and you don't care right now because you know how great it is. But for those of you who have not seen it, look at this cover. Look at it. It's great. Look at that. That has got mom and pop's video store horror section all over it. You love it. You want to watch it. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, anyway, that's it. Get The Intruder, Synapse Films, Blu-ray DVD combo. It's amazing. Check it out. Right now. Yeah, right now. Get on your computer. Order it. You're already on here. Just order it. Amazon. Something. Later.